Hey, what's happening out there? You know, in doing workshops, I've found that a lot of guys don't know how to tell what a diminished chord is based off. So I'm going to show you an easy way to figure it out. So here's a B flat diminished. Now, the deal about a diminished chord, it can be built off the third, fifth, flat 7, or flat 9 of any dominant chord. So if it says G7, I could play B diminished, D diminished, G diminished, or A flat diminished. Okay, and that turns that G7 into a G7 flat 9. Now, if I have a diminished chord and I want to know what chord does this resolve to, as well as what chord is it based off of, I'll show you an easy way. Okay, I'm just going to move close up here. All right, check this out. So here's a B flat diminished. Now, this diminished note, every note above the diminished chord, or let's go below, is the chord it's based off of. In other words, this B flat diminished is part of an A7. And you see it? So this would be a B flat diminished. This would be like an A7 flat 9. Now, here's another note in the diminished chord. It's an E. So this chord here, this B flat diminished, could also serve as an extension of an E flat 7. You see it? Okay. Now, there's a D flat in this chord. Now, that D flat is a half step above C. So this is also an extension of a C7. Okay? And finally, I've got a G here. This is also an extension of an F sharp. Okay, so this would be like, if I call this B flat diminished based off A7, it's built off the flat 9. If I call it built off the third, it's a C7. If I call it built off the fifth, here is C sharp. C sharp is the fifth of F sharp. And the flat 7 would be A7. Oh, did I already do that? Wait a minute. I got confused. Anyway, you get the idea? So, now the other thing is, what does this chord resolve to? And the way to tell is any of the notes are going to resolve up a half step. So this could be a 5 chord of B or B minor. This is also, as I said here, there's an E, so it could resolve to an F. So this could be the 5 of F. Okay. Here's a D or C sharp. So this chord could resolve to a D. Or D major. And by the way, it's D or major or minor, it doesn't matter. Okay, here's a G, half step up below it, the chord it wants to resolve to, which would be the A flat. So it can resolve to all of those keys. Isn't that cool? So this could go, or it could go, or it could go, or it could go. So you see that particular chord is very functional. It can function off 4 different dominant chords, resolving to 4 different keys. So that's how I can tell when I find a chord and I say to myself, what chord is this based off of? I would go down a half step on each of the chord factors. And then if I say, what chord does this resolve to? I move each factor up a half step, and that'll tell me. Okay? Hey, hope this helps. I'll talk at you later.